Now we are back for our third and final part of our July Look Back series. We have been gearing up for this month's biggest releases by visiting the films that paved the way. So far we have tackled dino hybrids in Jurassic World, we've faced Kryptonian dilemmas in Man of Steel, and now it's time for Marvel's first family, and for many, their first cinematic introduction. I'm Harry, this is the Review Lab. Let's talk about 2005's Fantastic Four. Released in 2005 and directed by Tim Story, Fantastic Four marked Fox's first full attempt at bringing the iconic Marvel team to the big screen. The cast featured Ioan Gruffudd as Reed Richards, Jessica Alba as Sue Storm, Michael Chiklis as Ben Grimm, and a pre-Captain America Chris Evans as Johnny Storm. It also introduced the late Julian McMahon as the infamous Doctor Doom himself. Now, the plot for this film is classic Fantastic Four. During a space mission, the team is exposed to cosmic radiation storm, granting each member strange and unique powers. But learning to use those powers responsibly and learning to work as a team, that's the real challenge, especially when Doom comes knocking. Now, despite a fairly mixed and negative reception from critics, the film was a financial success. On a budget between $85 to $100 million, it made over $333 million at the box office. This was enough to greenlight a sequel, Rise of the Silver Surfer, almost immediately. But did the film really stand out at a time when superhero cinema was already evolving, especially with Spider-Man 2 and Batman Begins right around the corner? Well, yes and no. What the film does get right is the team dynamic. The chemistry between the four leads is, in a word, spot on. The love-hate sibling energy between Johnny and Ben is a particular standout. Fun, loud, and straight out of the comics. Chris Evans especially brings charisma and energy to Johnny Storm. He's cocky, flashy, and has a real screen presence. A breakout role for Evans, and one that oddly foreshadows his MCU future. Now, there's also a lot to be said for the practical effects, especially the Thing's physical suit. No CGI here. The suit work holds up surprisingly well and adds a tangible, grounded feel to Ben Grimm's transformation. However, it's not all cosmic rays and chemistry. The pacing is noticeably uneven. The first half is a slow to build momentum, and once the team's powers are established, the film rushes towards the finish line without giving the scenes the space they need to land emotionally. And then there's Doom. For a character with such rich, layered comic lore, the film's version of Victor Von Doom comes off a little flat. He's more of a corporate caricature than the terrifying genius tyrant fans hope for. A missed opportunity, especially when Doom is meant to be one of Marvel's greatest villains. However, Julian McMahon is great in the role. Now, all this being said, the film's success led to Rise of the Silver Surfer in 2007, which pushed the cosmic scale even further, but then received even more mixed and negative reviews. And then, in 2015, Fox tried again with a much darker reboot directed by Josh Trank. Now, the less said about that version, the better. It bombed critically and commercially. Oddly enough, it's the 2005 film, Faults and All, that remains the most successful and beloved take to date. It's cheesy, uneven, but undeniably fun, and for generations of fans, this was Fantastic Four. Now, nearly 2 decades later, Marvel's first family is finally joining the MCU in Fantastic Four First Steps. Directed by WandaVision's Matt Shakman and starring Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards, Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm, Eben Moss-Backrack as Ben Grimm, Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm. They'll be facing off against Galactus himself, and with the early buzz pointed towards a grounded yet cosmic tone, many fans are hoping this will be the adaptation that finally nails it. Personally, this is my most anticipated film of the year. I really cannot wait to see this. And that is a wrap on our 3-part look back series. We have gone from cloned dinosaurs to Camp Kryptonians to Marvel's weirdest, most wonderful family. It has been an absolute blast revisiting these movies, the highs, the flaws, and the legacy that each one leaves behind. Now, what did you think of 2005's Fantastic Four? Is it an underrated gem or a relic of the early superhero boom? And which July release are you most excited for? At the time of this video releasing, both Jurassic World and Superman have already hit cinemas. I have seen them both, and I'm seeing Fantastic Four this week. Now, in August, we will be doing a bonus video looking at all 3 new releases, Jurassic World Rebirth, Superman, Fantastic Four First Steps, and we'll be rating which one was our favourite after watching them. But until then, I'm Harry, this has been the Review Lab. We'll see you in the next one.